Hello, Gemini. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Gemini, this is going to be your weekly reading, December 11th through December 17th. Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus cross watch. If that's you, welcome. And discern the messages accordingly. Flip the roles as it applies. Gemini, first thing I heard from Spirit is Keeper of the Stars and Wish Fulfillment. So I do feel like something is shifting this whole week. This is a happy new moon in Sagittarius. Yay. So good stuff, I feel like, across the board for most signs, but we'll see how they come out, right? Like, no promises. Whatever Spirit is inclined to put out there, that's what we're going with. So Gemini, quickly, thank you to everybody who subscribed, liked, shared, commented, booked personal readings, and made donations to the channel. I appreciate all the ways you support me and the channel as well. So Gemini, let's just jump right on in. Let's see what's going on for you guys this week. So Spirit, December 11th through the 17th. What does Gemini need to know? What does Gemini need to know? Spirit is saying movement is abound. So if you've been feeling stuck, stagnant, utilize this time under this new moon to manifest your desires. It's like you can't go wrong, right? Like you cannot go wrong in voicing your desires, what it is that you want to have in your life, what it is that you see playing out in your life for you. Spirit is also saying this is a new beginning for you, Gemini. Something has concluded, something is opening up. They're saying utilize both paths. So whatever that means for you, you may be at a crossroads on certain things as well, trying to decide which direction you need to go. They're saying to examine both of those potentials to the max capacity. Balance and space. Give yourself time to breathe. Don't let yourself feel inundated with the idea that you have to make a choice right this second. Move in accordance with what feels right to you, not just what you think you should be doing. So kind of stay out of that headspace and feel your way through whatever is transpiring. So Spirit, for Gemini, what does Gemini need to know? Dependability. You could have a good connection coming in for you. This feels more love related. So you could have someone around you who you are, let's see here, Gemini, hang on one second. There is, this feels like you, Gemini, realizing where you feel you have come up short. And what I mean by that is maybe it feels like a pattern of thinking that something around you is influencing you to make some sort of change that was going to be beneficial to you in the long run. And it's a really good feeling kind of energy. So what it's doing is bringing in connections to you that are reliable, things that you know that you can count on, things that are, they come together in like a magical kind of sense, which is really lovely, that it harmonizes what it is that you're trying to do. They are in alignment with your goals. This moon phase for you, Gemini, and it's funny because the first couple of readings that I did, I kept wanting to say new moon in Gemini for whatever ungodly reason. I have no idea. But Gemini, I do feel like this is a point where you start to harmonize your relationships, whether this is with family, friends, significant others. Something is coming in that is fully supportive and loving and nurturing of you, and it's helping you realize what your full potential truly is this week. So some of you, I would say those of you in the masculine sense, if you're embodying your masculine energy at this time, you could be a little caught off guard, like a little bit in awe and a little bit of a surprise as to how someone is willing to come in and love and support and nurture you. Making up my own language here. But it's really lovely where it makes you feel like you are correcting in your eyes how it is that you are moving. They make you feel like you're on top of the world, but it's not even so much about them or whatever the situation is for you, as much as it is the way that it supports you, the way that the support could be something that you've always wanted or maybe felt like you didn't have, but all of a sudden it seems to be like, wow, I've waited for this for so long and something is really showing up for me the way that I hoped that it would. So, but I want to say, Spirit is reiterating though, not to be reliant on that person or situation, because it's not about them, it's about you and what you're capable of. This kind of reminds me a little bit of Taurus's energy. So you could be dealing with a Taurus, doesn't have to be. Because all of this is pending on how you handle it, always. We always have our free will, right? Free will is always, always at play. So it's not about them or the situation. It's about you and how you handle it moving forward. Because if you become codependent on it, it becomes toxic, right? So realize that this is about the potential within you, but I do really feel like everything is lining up. I said about, you know, where it felt like maybe you were selling yourself short. Hold on, I don't know. There's like little specks on this card. That's weird. I don't know where those came from. Where you were selling yourself short. So it was like maybe you weren't really working, again, to your fullest potential that you could have been. So let's see, Gemini, what's coming up? Ace of Swords, declaration of truth. Declaration, Spirit said, of acknowledgement of something. I feel like you guys are cleaning something up. What is going on? That's weird. So you could be realizing like there's a need to declutter, to clean up, to rest, to, Spirit even said, say no. Something in the horizon that you've been waiting on, it's like a victory, it's a success that is coming in for you. And I got that feeling whenever I said stars, what did I say? Like stars are aligning or something to that effect, right? Oh yeah, 10 of Cups, happiness. Oh yes. Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, Gemini. Oh my goodness. I love this. You're able to, you're coming out of that 5 of Pentacles. For a while, Gemini, you guys could have felt like you were a little bit on top of the world, very stable, very put together, feeling energized by the connections of what it was that you were dealing with. And then it kind of flipped into feeling half of that, right? Like that 5 of Pentacles is being left out in the cold, feeling like some of you could have been dealing with some sort of abandonment issues as well. It seems to be a reoccurring theme here for some of the things I've been doing today. But just feeling like someone didn't see you. Someone wasn't seeing you the way that you would hope to be seen or thought of. The Chariot, Cancerian energy, moving on and moving forward and taking the action to do so. So if you were kind of like in a conundrum of dealing with something in the past, all of a sudden it's like where you're coming in with the truth of what it is you desire. Spirit is coming in and or supporting another person or situation that is giving you the potential of action to move towards it. So it's like what you've waited on, like if you, there's also interesting, if this is a family dynamic or even a group type setting, there could have been 3 of you. Now here's like the missing piece, that 4th wand. And what I think is really interesting about this is there's the missing piece to your puzzle, Gemini. Happy family, happy home. You've got 4 people on here. You've got the 4 foundations. So 4 could be very significant to you at this time, is how I'm seeing this. But it's leading to reasons to celebrate. It's happiness. It's bound in happiness. You could be sharing children with somebody else. You could be kind of like bringing in another person or partner to a situation that's going to help create balance as well, where both sides are able to lean on the other equally. It's like everybody is bringing something to the table rather than lacking. So what is this Ace of Swords for Gemini? I just keep hearing success, 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 success. 8 of Wands, 8 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles. I'm seeing, you know, as much as the 8 of Swords is a self-imposed restriction, I do feel like I said earlier, Gemini, you could have been kind of caught up in the past somehow. But I'm also seeing this as a matter of prayer. I do see her as praying sometimes and trying to get out of her head, making the effort to find what is reciprocal to her. Him, her, them, they, it doesn't matter. But it's like, okay, I am just asking for balance. I'm asking for somebody to meet me in the middle, or something to meet me in the middle, to give back what it is that I'm putting in. But I also feel Spirit just said it's also been a reassessment. that revision for you, Gemini, is how much were you bringing to the table? If you were coming in half-cocked, like, you know, if you've got somebody else giving fully and you're only giving half, what are you doing? How are you supporting a situation? And realizing that you're going to have to be more open to harmonize these things just as much as the next person or the coworker or whomever it is. So it's realizing where the work needs to be put in, and recognizing too that you know, it's like self-realization, taking accountability for the self with this Ace of Swords, that what could I do better? How could I be better in a situation so that I can bring this balance into play? What passion am I bringing to the table? What effort am I bringing in? Am I putting all of my blood, sweat, and tears into this just as much as the next person? So it feels like a self-realization here, Gemini, that, you know, your efforts could have been more, right? In any given day, and I'm not knocking you, we all do the very best that we can in that given moment with the tools that we have. But I do believe that some kind of truth has been had. And I don't feel that this was a communication, because Ace of Swords is our cards of communication, right? But it's also about clarity, self-clarity. And I do think that this Ace of Swords is your own interpersonal truth, realizing where maybe you weren't doing quite enough, perhaps on an emotional level. Doesn't have to be. But I'm going to stick to that. Seven of Swords again in this deck. What you could have done better, where you were maybe trying to run and hide from certain situations just because they were very uncomfortable, still having some healing to do, realizing what you have rather than what it is that you've lost in the past. What is this Three of Wands? Six of Swords, moving on to calmer waters. The Hermit, the wisdom, you know, the obtainment of your peace is what Spirit is saying. The Six of Swords is to move on and move forward. You know, calmer situations, leaving the past behind, letting go of control. Also understanding, Spirit is saying too that if you were using a specific strategy, whether it was in regards to work or anything, that it's like leaving a particular mindset that allows you to see more, right? It's like you could have been holding on to past hurts, past pains, past situations of abandonment that left you feeling like it wasn't enough, it wasn't good enough, but then someone here is stepping up to the plate to fully support you. But it's also because, Gemini, and here's the key point to this, it's also about you learning to support yourself. It's about the ways in which you've allowed past disappointments to play a role in how you've seen your future situations playing out, or how you interacted with other people around you. So it's, once we have a better understanding of that accountability as like the role we play in our own suffering, right? Then we're able to go, okay, I could be more compassionate. I could be more forthright. I could speak my truth. I can address the fact that, yes, I am still hurting and I'm trying to move on and move forward. So once we have these aha moments, then we're able to move forward from a more genuine place of, this is where I want to go. This is where I want to be, and I want to obtain my peace. Eight of Pentacles, in the reverse, I'm going to say to you too, something that did not work. So let's use this as a hypothetical, right? You were in a relationship, it failed miserably, shit went south, you get involved in something else, you realize where you did not put the work in, and that's what I said, you know, Eight of Pentacles in the reverse is things not working right, you not investing the time, the energy, and the effort, as I, you know, said a little bit ago. But now realizing that if you want these situations to work out, are you standing at the shoreline? Or, you know, it's like if you're sitting back in your hut on this island, you're not there letting yourself be seen. You're not letting yourself be known that you want to see what's out there. You want to explore. Again, it's tying me back to an idea of a mindset that you had to get out of how you weren't putting in a full-fledged effort. Internal awareness here, Gemini, and it's like this can go back to, again, masculine energies here of lacking how maybe you were cared for and nurtured by a father figure in your life, you know, lacking in the sense of feeling like you had control of your life and growing and maturing through those situations. You can see the boy and the dog, they grew up together. They're maturing together. They're understanding things together. And I think that whatever this is that's coming into your world or has already come into your world this week, Gemini, is teaching you about that maturity of how to up level, how to shift, how to change. And they may be providing you that space in which to do that. So that brings in a lot of this happiness, this 10 of Cups energy, where things are reaching a state of fulfillment. Some of you could be buying a home as well. So if you're waiting for, Spirit is saying, markers to fall into place on, like, it's almost like the go-ahead, it's coming. It's coming. Be patient. There are parts of the past, this 10 of Wands, that you had to leave behind. 2 of Swords. Ooh, Gemini, listen, Empress. That Empress has showed herself in every reading. King of Pentacles. And I've seen this for you guys before, and I'm going to reiterate this again. There could be some healing too around your finances, letting go of additional costs. So I would see that as subscriptions, memberships, anything that has caused extra constraint to your finances as well. Letting go of those things. They're talking about gas money. So maybe some of you are starting to work from home, things like that. It's like starting to nip away at what was causing greater expense at your expense in some capacity. This 10 of Cups, this is a rebirth of what your happiness looks like to you. This 10 of Wands is going, these are the things that I do need to take. These are the things that I need to leave behind. 2 of Swords, an influx, a crossroads, right? If you are looking to buy a home with somebody specifically, and this is a little specific, so this isn't going to resonate for everybody. If you were looking to invest into a home space with somebody else, somebody's idea behind something needs to shift. So this is the need to is compromisable a word? I don't know. I've been making words up all day. To compromise that maybe the way that you thought, or maybe the way that another person is seeing this, it isn't going to quite go down that way. So it's like learning how to let go of an expectation that sometimes the way we envision things is not the way that they're supposed to play out, because there's a new way being brought into this. It's like you could have seen it into a sword. There's 2 directions, right? Going left, going right. The Empress creates that third pathway, a new opportunity, a new birth, a new beginning to something. Some of you could have 3 children or have a third one on the way as well with that. There's that 3 of Wands. I'm going to go back to that for a second. 3 of Wands. Or this could be the birth of a 4th child, or making, you know, like a 4th, what do I want to call this? If you have 2 children, this could be an addition. There's the idea of an addition here, something that's going to balance something out. So, you know, put that how that fits into your world, Gemini, instead of me trying to conjure it up for a million of you, right? But either way, this is creating that third path. So where, you know, he's got 3 wands here, this one and this one. He's let go of both of those and is choosing a new direction. And that 3 of Wands is about taking that new direction, leaving the past behind, leaving that crossroads behind. So yeah, a need for change there, a need for that massive change. So let's dive into some advice for you guys. This is, I tell you what, every single sign I've done so far, plus the daily, has been absolutely beautiful. Awakening genius. Wisdom, knowledge from the past, your ancestors could be guiding you. Realizing there's more potential here than what meets the eye. Seeing both sides of a situation. 2 11s here as well, 11-11. Plus you've got that 3 of Wands and that 4th wand, the Ace of Wands, which is an indicator as well as 2-11-11. That Spirit's taking me back to November 11th as well. So the 11-11 portal. We're walking into the 12-12 portal tomorrow. So it's like this past month could have been a key time for you to realize how much you've changed, how much you've matured, how much needed to be changed in your world, a perception around it, and understanding that with age comes wisdom, Spirit just said. Thank you, Spirit. But it's like you're waking up. You're waking up from maybe this slumber or this kind of like humdrum kind of energy of, well, it is what it is. It's another day. It's like same shit, different day kind of vibe, where now it's like, oh, wait a second. I see the way forward, and exposed and revealed comes out. You know, to expose the royal you, I was going to say, to expose ourselves, right, to be accountable for our actions and how we move. We can't go back and we can't change the past. And it's very, Spirit's bringing the fact forward that it's a very important purpose. Time machine and a powerful move. That when you realize you cannot change the past, you can only, you know, write your future. This change happens with that 5, the higher view, that higher perspective. Looking at the past, recognizing how things were lessons, you know, not so much what didn't work, but what wasn't meant for you, and then making the decision to move forward, where you don't have to strategize so much. It just comes. It's a matter of divine flow. The royal you is seeing the beauty within yourself of, like, when you let go of these restricted ideas of who you are and how you're supposed to love and move forward, you are creating a new space within you. Exposed and revealed, it leaves you in a space of feeling vulnerable, right? Like when I said, don't rely so much on another person or situation, for you to have to step forward and maybe speak that truth or recognize where you have maybe held yourself back from not giving where you needed to give. We do feel exposed, whether it's just to ourselves, to spirit, to another person. We have this revelation of what needs to change, and that can leave us feeling like a little sorrowful with this 5 of Cups here of, you know, a little bit of regret, a little bit of loss, but also knowing that there's a full emotional investment that needs to take place so that you can have this 10 of Cups, and picking, you know, that third path. It's not just right or left or one way or the other. There's a way that it can be harmonized in between. So Gemini, I like this. There's a lot of healing and release happening here. Take this time as a self-reflection period to go from the minimum to the maximum of what potential sits within life for you. So hopefully this reading helps you guys this week. I hope you guys are doing well. Stay well this week. If this video resonated for you, like, share, subscribe, comment. If you subscribe, you get notifications every time a new video is posted. I'm wishing you all the very best. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one.